They pushed. They mocked. They spat on their names. But the bullies had no idea the quiet black twins they targeted were trained warriors in disguise. And they were about to find out the hard way. It was supposed to be just another first day. 4. Marcus and Malachi James, identical twins with matching smiles and matching backpacks. This wasn't their first move. Their mom, a traveling army nurse, and their dad, a postal worker and part-time martial arts instructor, kept the family in motion. This time, it was North Pines Middle School, a top-tier prep school in a suburb where the sidewalks were clean, but the stairs were dirty. Marcus was the talker, Malachi the thinker. Both were polite, brilliant, and Black the only black boys in the entire 8th grade class by lunch. They had already been called Shadow Brothers, Double Trouble, and Monkeys in Uniform. They kept their cool. They had been raised on words like breathe, choose your moments, and dignity isn't weakness. But even dignity has limits by Wednesday. The whispers turned into shove, blonde, brawny, football-obsessed cornered Marcus outside the boys' locker room. Heard you two like martial arts. Bet that's just so you can learn how to run faster. The crowd laughed. Marcus didn't. Malachi appeared silent, unreadable. They walked away again. But Chad? He grinned. Because to him, silence meant surrender. What Chad didn't know. Since age 6, Marcus and Malachi had trained every single week in Kyokushin karate, a brutal full-contact discipline emphasizing control, humility, and self-mastery. Black belts by 11 tournaments. 1. Sparring with adults. Normal striking with restraint. Mastered. But what mattered more than their technique was their philosophy. You never strike first. You never show off. But if you must protect it with precision, they never posted about it, never bragged. Not even their classmates knew, but they were ready. Friday afternoon, the boys got a handwritten note in their locker. Meet us behind the gym. Chad wants to make things right. It was signed Tyler, one of Chad's friends. The kind who smiles at teachers and spits behind your back. Marcus hesitated. Malachi narrowed his eyes. But they went anyway, not because they expected peace. Because they wanted to be seen not as threats, not as victims, but as boys who knew who they were. Behind the gym, 4 boys waited, phones out, recording, laughing. We're going to show everyone what happens when monkeys swing back, Chad sneered. Marcus stepped forward. You sure you want this on camera? You threatening me, Wakanda? Chad barked. He shoved Marcus hard. Malachi moved fast, but not to strike. He reached for his brother's shoulder, grounding him. Breathing deep, but Chad took it as fear. He lunged. It lasted less than 20 seconds. Marcus pivoted, using Chad's weight against him, flipping him onto the grass. Malachi swept Tyler's legs, caught him mid-fall, and pinned him. The other two? Froze. No blood, no brutal punches, just clean, controlled takedowns. The twins stood up. Not panting, not proud, just calm. We could have hurt you, Malachi said. But we're not like you, Marcus added. We fight for peace. And then they walked away. Turns out one of the bullies had accidentally live-streamed the whole thing to a private group. Someone screen recorded it. By Monday morning, it was on Twitter, then Reddit, then the news. Black twin brothers humble bullies without throwing a punch. The real Wakanda, karate kids with class. Millions watched. Thousands commented. Even Sensei Yamato there. Instructor teared up watching it. The school held an emergency assembly. Principal stood beside the twins and publicly apologized. They weren't suspended. They were celebrated, invited to lead a weekly self-defense and character-building workshop. And guess who signed up first? Chad's little brother. A talk show invited them. The host asked, "Didn't you want to fight back harder?" Marcus smiled. "We didn't train to hurt people. We trained to protect people from being hurt." Malachi added, "Power isn't what you do when you're angry. It's what you choose to do when you could be." Months later, the twins opened a local dojo with their dad's help, free for anyone, under 16, especially kids who felt out of place. Different. Targeted asterisk above the mat hangs a banner with 6 words. Control is greater than chaos, always. The world expected them to lose their temper, fight back, or fall apart. But they rewrote the ending with calm fists, focused hearts, and a lesson no one will forget. Because real strength is knowing when to fight and when to forgive. Did this story move you? Hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to be reminded. Silence doesn't mean weakness, and control? That's the strongest move of all.